It's like looking into two suns now.
Yeah, it's still kind of light out, huh? It's not all the way dark. We were in there for 2.5 hours. You alright?
I'm all worn out from crying. God damn it, Pixar.
But you wore the best shirt.
I did. Well, like you can't really see it. It says, okay, I own one shirt that says motherfuckers on it. And luckily, I wore it to a children's movie. The only dirty look I got was from that one lady in the concession line, and I think that was more because I said Jewish grandma really loud.
I don't remember. Was I standing there when that happened?
Yeah, well, it's because you're not wearing your arm sling, and I was asking if you were supposed to have it off yet, and I said, I don't want to go all Jewish grandma on you, and the lady's like,
oh,
she
man.
doesn't know I'm not Jewish. They're blonde Jewish people.
It's okay if Irving was saying this clip would end up on the Lost Wiki page for Lost Media Files.
And that'd be goddamn Jewish grandma.
Damn it, Irving.
It's something about Auschwitz or something.
Yeah. And by the way, I'll have a large popcorn.
Don't burn it now.
Oh, God.
I'm trying.
That's alright, I might be seeing something with him on Thursday. I sent him a text earlier to see if he wanted to go see Dope.
Uh-huh. Which one's Dope?
The 90s movie, like that 90s throwback thing. Since we've already seen Inside Out, that's the only thing to go see on Thursday. We're at an early screening for Inside Out. We got here at 6. I think the movie started at 7:30.
Yeah. Well, because like it's a Fathom event, so it made sense to have like a little before the movie, because they were playing like a little like did you know, and like little factoids, and interspersed were like the different actors playing the different emotions, explaining what their emotion was and why their emotion was important to a human's well-being. And okay, that fine, but then that was over, and then it was that like two doofuses behind the scenes in Pixar just wandering through Pixar studios interviewing random people.
I'm waiting for them to get thrown out the entire time.
Which, okay, I wouldn't mind working at a place that gorgeous.
It was gorgeous. It was very
dragged
nice.
On.
It was really, really long. You mind if I roll the window now?
No, I probably need the car on for that.
We did get free lanyards, though.
Yes. Ta-da.
Sweet. Give Lloyd something to play with later.
I want a poster.
I know, I went up looking for... There was some people sitting in front of us who had a poster, and so I went up looking for a poster, and the lady was like, we've got lanyards. I'm like, oh, even better.
It's like a tiny poster you wear on your neck.
Exactly, I can take this little poster with me everywhere. I'll take it to go see Dope with me on Thursday.
Take it to the website and get 50 Disney Movie Rewards bonus points towards cool stuff.
Nice. It's just an extended version of that little short that we saw before with the two guys at Pixar Studio. It was...
I was figuring it was probably like the same exchange rate as like at an Enchanted Castle or a Chuck E. Cheese, or 50 points will get you like an eraser.
I could use an eraser for when I use pencils. Usually when I go to these Fathom events, typically... the movie usually just starts, and maybe there's like a tiny little thing at the beginning, or maybe they're doing something at the end of it or something like that. Even like the little like do you know factoid things the times that I've seen that before something like this, it's usually like before the movie's supposed to start, like, you know.
Yeah, they don't start it at 6 when the movie's supposed to be playing.
So yeah, it started this like it was like 20 minutes worth of these do you know factoids that eventually began repeating themselves, and 6:20 rolls around, and there was a trailer for The Good Dinosaur, which looked funny. And then yeah, it goes into this hour-long tour of Pixar, which, I mean, some of it was cool. Some of it was cool, like kind of seeing what the building looks like and what some of their offices look like was kind of interesting, but it was long.
Well, I feel like if they had played it after the movie, I might have been fine sitting through it. But this is like, I was waiting to see the movie, and instead I get two doofuses with a Steadicam.
And this was, or even if, like, maybe that was right at 6 when that started, and not at 6:30 after...
Well, because the thing is that, too, the first 15 minutes was just them playing the Fathom Events thing over and over again while they were trying to fix the focus issue that they were having.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I love the lady in front of us. It started up, and it was all blurry, and she's like... $20.
Oh, that's another thing too. This is the most I've spent on tickets for a non-3D movie.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be $20 each. Like, okay. I look at Sarah, I'm like, this movie better be good.
Well, I was kind of expecting it to be crowded, but then when I saw that it was $20 a freaking ticket, then I'm like, yeah, parents aren't going to bring their kids to this. They're going to wait until the price is normal. Well, normal for a movie theater.
There was a decent crowd there. I mean, it wasn't empty by any means. There was a baby there, which I don't know if the baby also had to pay $20.
The baby was surprisingly well behaved. Like,
The
there was a
baby was
couple times
fine.
where you could hear it go like, ah! But nothing, it wasn't crying or anything.
Yeah, not like stereotypical baby at a movie theater or anything like that. Nah, the kid was fine. It wasn't like the baby that some jackass took to go see Battleship when we went to go see that. But yeah, eventually, we did miss the Q&A at the end of the movie, though.
Yeah, we were pretty much done. And I
Yeah.
had to pee.
It was like 8:30. We got here at 6. We were like, do we stick around for the Q&A?
Nope.
They might answer my Tequila and Benetti question.
He tweeted a question at them as to whether the movie was in some ways inspired by the talking dog and Tequila and Benetti.
And now I will never know.
Like I told you, nope.
There was a dog at the end, and it showed inside the dog's head.
That's true. Maybe that dog loved burritos and poodles.
Then if that happened, I wouldn't have had to stay for the Q&A. I just got the answer to my question. It was funny when it showed what was inside the cat's head.
There's just a bunch of cats dicking around in the back, and then one cat walks across the keyboard.
Makes sense. I could see that going on in Lloyd's head.
But since we're seeing this in front of other people, do you think we should do like a beforehand? Should you see this movie, and then go into spoilers?
Sure, I mean, we can do that. This will be on Patreon, and I'll put it up on Friday when I put up the video for Dope. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, typically I figure at this point, if someone's clicking play on it, they assume we're gonna have spoilers in it. But I love this movie.
Yeah, it is really good. I cried like 5 times. 4 times in the movie. Once if you count the short that played before it, which is
Oh, Lava! I forgot about Lava.
made to make you cry.
It was a better love story about lava than Dante's Peak was.
But it's about a sad, lonely volcano who sings his lonely volcano song. And
What was the line?
Want someone to lava?
I need someone to lava. Nice. Yeah, it's this charming love story about a volcano. Several years go by, decades, millenniums maybe.
He's slowly dying while singing his sad little "Wish I Had Someone With Me" song. And then just as he's about to die, this lady volcano comes up, but she's facing the wrong way, and so he's slowly dying with this horrified, sorrowful look on his face. I'm like,
Part of me thought it was gonna end there.
I did too.
Like
I
this
was about
is.
to walk the fuck out.
I was like, this went all Twilight Zone on us. It doesn't. It keeps going. The volcano love story has a happy ending. They teased it, and that because the volcano thing came after the thing with the 2 guys in Pixar Studios, so they kind of teased it in that.
They found the random doofus who was in charge of making lava, and then he played the ukulele for 5 minutes.
I want this now to be the Lava and You, like, educational short that they show in schools. Makes more sense than Duck and Cover.
So, like...
Remember that South Park?
No, I don't.
Oh, there was this is like the second...
But you're making this up off the top of your head.
No, I mean, it isn't a real,
Conceptualize it.
it's not a real, like, educational movie, but it was like the 2nd or 3rd episode of South Park where it was the volcano.
Where it's like the duck and cover,
Duck and
duck,
cover.
and then the lava comes over and...
That's right, kids. Duck and cover. And then, oh no, lava, quick, duck and cover. Skeletons. I miss early South Park.
It was very funny.
Yeah. Anyway, back to Lava / Inside Out.
So Inside Out was adorable. And
Yeah.
now I think we're probably going to go into spoilers.
Yeah.
It's basically like, if you've watched the preview, you get the general idea, and there's like, it's that that there's a little girl named Riley, and she's got all these emotions in her head, and each emotion is personified. It's Amy Poehler's joy. Phyllis Smith from The Office is sadness. I keep wanting to call her despair, all of the endless ones. Bill Hader is fear. Louis Black is anger, and Mindy Kaling is disgust, and they basically all form a cohesive personality. And so the little girl Riley has to move with her family to San Francisco, and it's basically them trying to deal with that. And meanwhile, Joy is learning along the way that sadness is an important emotion and not one to just treat like dirt and draw a circle around and refuse to let her outside the circle.
Yeah, I liked that arc in the movie, because at first, like, I was sitting there, maybe it also means I'm a terrible person, because I was sitting there like, God damn it, sadness, stop fucking shit up. But no, they learn to work together, and that people need sadness. I was also sitting there at the beginning like, ooh, this is secretly horrifying. There's like little men in your brains controlling gears. I've seen this horror movie before. You ever see Identity with John Cusack?
No.
Oh, it's amazing. It's this if it were a horror movie. I mean, there's like it's this if the inside the head of the person is a serial killer. It's so good.
Does it like zoom in and it's all little men and like?
No, that's. Honestly, I probably just gave away a huge twist about the movie.
We warned about spoilers, so it's okay. We just didn't specify what movie we'd be spoiling.
Did you ever see the trailer for the Cusack movie where they're all like stuck in a hotel and
Yes.
it's like Johnny C and I think Jennifer, one of the Tillys maybe? It's been a while since I've seen it, but that movie.
Okay, so it turns out there's a little man inside of his head that's a serial killer.
I would say, but now I feel really guilty about spoilers of that movie. I've already given away way too much.
Absolutely no intention of watching Identity.
It's a good movie. It's a really good movie. If you like Inside Out, you'll love Identity.
What was that movie where Eddie Murphy had like a bunch of people inside his head?
I was thinking about that movie too.
Because
That
I was remembering more that Dave. Is it Dave?
It's the one that Bill Corbett wrote.
Yeah, because he wrote it as Meet Dave, but then they
That's what
changed it to Dave.
No, it was called Meet Dave.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and there was like a tiny Eddie Murphy inside of Eddie Murphy's head or something like that.
I think it was like a whole squadron of tiny Eddie Murphys.
Was there?
Yeah, because Bill Corbett had originally written it as like an aliens come to Earth and like drive a giant man suit to try to blend in, but I think that they changed it drastically when they actually made it, like produced it.
I read his like thing about it, like his like article about talking about the making of that movie, and how I think he said something like how he's still never seen it.
I sure wouldn't either.
Wasn't there an alien in the first Men in Black that had like a tiny alien like working the gears inside of his head?
It was the old man who owned the cat who had Orion's.
That's right.
Orion's belt on its neck. And it, like, he opened up and the old man face.
The galaxy is in Orion's belt. Then towards the end, I'm like, this would have been a shorter movie if you just said the cat's collar.
Or Orion's collar.
But it's my favorite. Louis Black was my favorite one in this movie.
Honestly, my favorite one was Sadness.
Was it Sadness?
Yes, she was doing her damned best, and she was actually pretty, like, the smartest of all of them. But they kept pushing her under the rug because she was such a fucking sad sack.
Damn wet blanket. Jesus.
Well, plus that actress has really good comedic timing, and so like, all the lines she said were just pure gold.
And Amy Poehler was basically
Leslie Knope.
Well, crossed with Mr. B. Natural.
Yeah, I could see that.
She just needs to teach Riley a musical instrument. This is a very easy way to end this movie. And just be really creepy.
I forgot about Mr. B. Natural.
Oh, it's a classic. Man, fucking Mr. B. Natural. Speaking of Mystery Science Theater.
But this movie was, like, genuinely heartbreaking. Like, they run into, because sadness and joy kind of accidentally get sucked out into long-term memory, and they have to find their way back. While meanwhile, anger, fear, and disgust are fucking Riley's life up horribly.
Like, terribly. Like,
they're doing a terrible job.
Oh my god.
And so they run into Riley's childhood friend, Bing Bong, whose voice we were trying to figure out who the voice was for so long, and then Brad turns to me, he's like, "It's Paul from Spin City." I'm like, "Thank you!"
I love that guy. I like this character way better than Drop Dead Fred.
Or the wizard from Knights of the Delta. The Quest of the Delta Knights. Did you ever see that
was he
Mystery
in
Science
that?
Theater episode?
Yeah, I watched it with you and Brian, but I forgot he was in it.
Like an alchemist or a wizard. He was only in it for like 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. I like that guy. I used to like it when he was the hypochondriac on Spin City.
And Scrubs, you mean?
Or Scrubs, sorry.
Yeah, because he rode the full body scan. It turned out he had cancer. He's like, "I told you."
Oh. Damn it. But it's kind of a plot that you've, like, aside from the emotions in your head and everything like that, it does similar things that you've seen in other Pixar movies, like, say, for instance, Toy Story, kind of Finding Nemo, where it's like two characters who at first don't get along and then they get abandoned or lost somewhere and have to go on this journey to get back to whatever they're looking for. But in
That's
this,
an excellent point.
like, it does.
Even Wall-E to some extent.
Yeah, kinda. So it does similar Pixar things like that, but it does still work here because you're basically going on this journey of this entire world that they've created inside this girl's head, in which long-term memories are stored in different, like, or important aspects of the person's life, and emotions are stored in, like, theme parks.
Yeah, it's
and-
like people form like regular memories, which get stored in like long-term memory storage, but then they
Yeah.
also form core memories, which go into like this middle column that creates kind of like offshoot islands that determine aspects of that person's personality. So like Riley had one that was like her running around the house naked with her underpants on her head, and that formed Goofball Island. There was a memory with like her and her little best friend, and that formed Friendship Island. And then there was Family Island and Honesty Island, and as her life gets progressively worse because she's in San Francisco and everything's going terribly, the islands start crumbling and falling.
turns into a disaster movie.
Yeah,
it
and
kind of
it's
does.
kind of horrifying because you have to like figure out in your head what the worst case scenario would be for the end of this, which probably sociopathy. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like as these things are crumbling, aspects of her personality are going until she eventually just kind of like walking around like an angry zombie, and she decides she's gonna run away and go back to Minnesota, which was Anger's idea.
Yeah, it was Lewis Black's idea. I was along with it, though. He was my favorite character. He was just really mad because that commercial jingle kept getting stuck in his head.
That part was funny.
I love that. That's a recurring joke in the movie where it's a joke about just songs and stuff getting stuck in your head. In this movie's case, it's this, like, chewing gum jingle that the characters that kind of control...
Yeah, there's two ancillary characters that are like in charge of like putting old faded memories into into the chasm that old faded memories go into. But they have this one memory they like, and it was Paula Poundstone and Bobby Moynihan, the voices of it. And there's this one memory of a chewing gum commercial. And they're like, "Oh, we love this one. Let me just set it up to the control room just for funsies. Here it goes."
Lewis Black is always the one who sees it first. No, not this again. And it's just a quick thing like that. Like, and it recurs about it 2 or 3 more times in the movie, and it's just a quick angry reaction from Lewis Black.
It's like, let's call up this memory. Chewing gum. Chewing gum's the best. Wow.
They go into, like, dreamland, basically, in which dreamland, which is just your dreams when you go to sleep, and it's basically like a giant filming studio, and since when they're in the control room, they watch all the dreams that are going on, so they kind of, when they're in the actual studio, they're kind of treating some of these characters as if they're like celebrities, like the rainbow unicorn, and like Joy gets starstruck when she sees the rainbow unicorn, and it is just this giant filming studio. Like, they're filming it with cameras, and they have like a dream filter on it to make these little characters look like characters from Riley's life, and that and so they go in there they need to wake her up so that way what's that train called?
The train of thought.
The train of thought. That way they could board the literal train of thought to go back into the control room. So they're trying to wake Riley up by making this dream kind of like, first they try making it happy, but then they try making it fucked up to scare her awake.
And so because they're in like a dog costume where Sadness is in the back and Joy's in the front, and she's like, we can happy her awake, and Joy's like, I think we should scare her. And so like the back end of this dog comes off because Sadness has decided to go her own way, but through the dream filter it looks like this dog just went like the dog in Cell, and it's just like bones and meat on the inside, and just starts running around like this, like Jesus Christ.
And Fear is watching this happen because somebody has to stay awake and monitor the screen up in the control room, and in this case it's Fear who's watching this horrifying dream happen right before his eyes that also later includes a giant clown.
Because he was like Jingles, because they got trapped in the subconscious, and it turns out that's where all like the really scary stuff was, like Grandma's vacuum cleaner and broccoli. And there's also this clown that I guess must have been the clown at one of Riley's birthday parties when she was little, because he's just like a terrifying clown with like a mallet. He's like, it's some little girl's birthday, and so they get him to like chase him into the dream sequence, and so he just like smashes through the set, and Fear just faints immediately.
And it instantly wakes her up. I love that part because I love creepy clowns. I fucking the creepy clown has got like what's the imaginary friend's name?
Bing Bong.
Bing Bong. Has got Bing Bong in this like prison made of balloons resting on the chest of Jingles the clown. And if forewarning, if I know people who have a fear of clowns, be forewarned about that when you go see this movie. You might not like this part.
Genuinely terrifying if you don't like
great.
clowns. I think clowns are adorable.
I love clowns. I love clowns because they're terrifying.
But yeah, there's a part where Joy has her moment of revelation because she gets flushed into the chasm with Bing Bong. This is
Oh my god.
saddest fucking parts of the movie, because the whole time, like, as the world's crumbling around him, Bing Bong is getting sadder and sadder because he's losing the parts of Riley that would remind her that he existed, that he was her imaginary friend when she was like 2 or 3, and he's got this like rocket sled that he's gonna remind Riley who he is, and they're gonna take the rocket sled to the moon. And in order to make the rocket sled run, you have to sing the song, because it's song powered, and it's like who's the friendliest guy around, Bing Bong, Bing Bong. And so, like, they're in the chasm together, and he's, like, slowly fading away in his arms, and they're trying to take the rocket sled up, but it keeps falling. And you see the realization hit his head that, okay, I'm dissolving, and it's not making it because we're too heavy. So they take off the last time, and at the last second he jumps off. Joy makes it to the top, and she's like, Bing Bong, he's like, you made it! Take Riley to the moon for me.
Take her to the moon. And then just dies. Gone. I was too. I'm sitting. Real men also cry. Like, shit.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
No, not crying. I get something in my eye. It's tears. I'm like, shit, I'm not wearing 3D glasses. I can't mask my sadness when I leave the theater.
I'm not crying. It's just raining on my eyeballs.
That's also making me cry. It's so sad, even the roof is crying. But hell, I mean, I was even tearing up when
Riley got home.
Yeah, when she got home from running away, and Joy and Sadness are back, and then Sadness is...
Joy, like, gives Sadness the console so she can take over, and so she kind of puts her little adorable little hands on it, and Riley just breaks down. Because her mom had given her a speech early in the movie about how she, she's so thankful that Riley's being so understanding about the situation, and if she could just stay the happy girl and with her mom, it would really help the dad out because he's going through a lot of stress right now. And Riley's like, okay. And so at the end, she's breaking down. She's like, I know you didn't want me to, but I'm sad. I miss my friends. I miss my school. I miss the lake we used to skate on. Please don't be mad at me.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, ah.
Like,
and I'm like,
fuck. Like, I hope this movie doesn't end in 30 seconds. I want this to go away. No, we're staying for the Q&A. Why, yes, it was inspired by Tequila and Bonetti. I knew it. I'm sad again. Damn it.
But yeah, it wasn't just us crying, because I heard like open weeping
So
in a
did
couple of
I.
the seats behind me, and this was like adult ass open weeping.
I was hearing it too. I was hearing it too, way more than hearing that in the theater in the last minute of Furious 7. Yeah,
It was pretty sad too, bro.
it was, bro. It was totes sad, bro.
Toes got choked up in my goggles, bro.
Even those bros last week sitting behind us at Jurassic World would have cried in this movie. Though,
bros.
depending on if they were sitting next to each other or not. I never did find out how that went.
I would have looked behind, because if you guys didn't see the review, it was two bros sitting behind us, that, according to Brad, whether they were like discussing whether to have like the buffer seat so their elbows didn't touch and make each other gay.
Yeah.
And I would have liked to know if they did decide to have the buffer seat or not.
When they did sit next to each other, because yeah, they were like, this conversation ended with the one going like, all right, we just sit next to each other and then we'll just see where it goes.
Then they start making out.
You bros mind trying to watch this kind of sucky movie here. Not Inside Out. This movie was really good.
This movie was so good.
I like this movie a lot better than Jurassic World. Although, if they're setting this up for a sequel, yeah, that sequel's gonna get really awkward.
Yeah, like at the end there was a puberty button, and they're like, "What is puberty?" And they're like, "I'm sure it won't matter."
I've seen this movie too.
But I
But
did like that when they got the big console at the end, it was more similar to the consoles that her mom and her dad had
Yeah.
in their brains. So it's always like achieving emotional depth and complexity.
yeah, because Anger got more curse words.
He got a whole panel of curse words. That was really good. Like, can we say the one curse word we know? It's really good.
I can't believe this. Beep! Fear had hit like a beat button.
Tee.
I enjoyed that joke. Hell, this movie has a Chinatown reference in it. I forgot about that because when they're in Imagination Land. Oh, speaking of South Park, they're in Imagination Land at one point, and it's got like French fries that you can eat and different things. And there's like
There's like a cloud. And it's John Ratzenberger, because we've been waiting for his cameo to show up.
was that Ratzenberger? I thought Ratzenberger was also the guy who turned up to give him the new console at the end.
Could have been. I just could have swore Ratzenberger was the cloud guy, because he even had like a little cloud mustache.
That could be a dead giveaway. But he.
Yeah, I didn't mean to.
Oh,
just
no, it's fine. It's this cloud house, and there's a little cloud dude there with glasses who just comes out all angry, like, hey, I'll make a noise in front of my house, and then the imaginary friend just accidentally kills him.
I don't think it was an accident. Because what happened was they were stealing pieces off of the side of the cloud house so they could ride around on them like cloud cars. And so imaginary friend grabs some, and cloud guy's like, hey, let go of a piece of my house. And imaginary friend's like,
Dead.
goodbye forever, John Ratzenberger.
And then later, there's a callback to that later on when it's Cloud Man's wife who's giving a report to the police about this. So this girl's, I like the idea that this girl's head has its own homicide division. I guess this happens a lot around here. So she's giving a report to the police, and then she also gets like blown away. And
And the one police like goes to chase them because it was Joy running past that blew her away.
yeah,
And the other policeman says,
forget it, Jake. It's Cloud Town.
Cloud Town.
I appreciated the Chinatown reference in this movie. I like it when shit like that happens. Like, oh, I'm gonna go see this kid's movie. It's rated PG. It's got a Clockwork Orange reference in it.
Hey, what was the Clockwork Orange reference?
I was just using that as an example. I'm sure
missed
that's
that.
happened. I've seen kids' movies before that have like Scarface references in them.
Well, I did like that in the Moms. Kind of show this in one of the previews that they did. Like when she's mad at her husband, they put in a memory of like this Brazilian helicopter pilot that she used to date. And I
Yeah.
was like, ha. But those were the days. And then later they show inside the teacher's brain, and she's like, don't worry, I had 5 months, 2 days, and 7 hours. We get to go to Brazil with you know who. And then click, it's the same guy.
Yeah.
Come with me, Carabia.
Or the inside the husband's head too, where they all have big Nick Offerman mustaches. And and the talking about the dude, her ex-lover character just reminded me of, there's a section inside Riley's brain that has to do with like boy crushes, and it's like just this kind of doofy teen looking guy.
It's her imaginary boyfriend from
Yeah.
Canada. I would die for Riley.
I would die for Riley. Well, you're gonna get the chance. Because how they get back up to the little office is she prints off like 1,000 of Teen Dream Guy and builds like a giant tower of them, in which every single one of them is, whoa, 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 Riley! I would die for you, Riley.
For Riley! And so it tips forward onto a trampoline, and they all plummet into the chasm.
They're dead.
And she springs off to get to the thingy.
This is a really clever movie. It's a really gorgeous looking, imaginative, really, really funny movie.
Well, it's got a moral, you know, it's got a really strong moral, and sometimes that'll annoy me in a movie, but in this one, it was fine. Because
Yeah.
it made sense within the context of the plot.
Oh yeah, this movie wouldn't exist without that. Mm-hmm. Or, well, it would, and it would just be about a serial killer. Very significantly darker film. No, I didn't mind that at all in this movie. I mean, it was part of, it wasn't something that was forced in there. It was part of these characters' arc. The story that's contained in the movie wouldn't exist without this. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, even the character designs are really interesting looking. Like, they have, I don't even know how to describe it. Like,
It's kind of like fuzzy, but not fuzzy, like...
it's kind of like bubbly a little bit, like around
speckly?
the edges. Yeah, around the edges of their hands.
Okay, you know like in MS Paint where you can have like the spray paint tool
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
like super pixelated just along the edge and then the rest of it you color in? It looks like that.
Yeah, it was really cool. I don't know how, like, I assume this movie's getting released in 3D. I don't know how that is. The screening was 2D, which, whatever. Whatever, I'm fine with. Well, granted, I did pay $20 a ticket, but just to see a couple of doofuses run around Pixar Studios for 45 minutes.
Let's go get some coffee, bro. Let's get some coffee.
Let's get some coffee.
Filming the coffee.
I'm really glad they showed us them signing in and getting kicked out of rooms, and
Signing an NDR on our behalf.
hey, that was, I'm really glad they did that. I don't want to get sued.
DA.
Yeah, that's right. Non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah, I said NDR and I think I was getting confused with Do Not
Oh.
Resuscitate.
Oh, someone chokes to death in it.
Yep. They didn't give him CPR because he'd signed the big iPad.
Again, like about 50% of that little tour thing I found perfectly fine.
Just the other 50% was just them dicking around in hallways.
Yeah, and if I wasn't so antsy for the movie to start. It was cool seeing like their little like screening room, and their offices and stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah, they had their offices like design they went to one and it kind of went down to one office grouping and it kind of looked like a shanty town because each person had decorated their office with like a storefront, or there was one guy who the inside of his office looked like an airplane hangar of an airplane that had like crash landed. He said that he based it off of the crashed plane in Up,
yeah,
and that was really cool.
and the guy who had like the bar.
Yeah, he
like-
had like a little flip-up bust of William Shakespeare, and you press a button and the bookcase
Yeah.
opens and there's like a bar slash like casino
Yeah.
behind there.
So this is where the budget to all your movies goes. Can't fool me.
When do they work?
I have no idea. Shit. That thing was a giant playhouse. Looked like it had a very nice coffee stand in it. Oh no.
Welp.
There we go.
Okay, thank God.
Oh crap, what do we usually do in this situation?
Didn't know if we'd run up my battery or something. Car. Yay.
Solid.
Okay, we're back.
Cuts to inside the car. I don't know, do we start it? I don't know, the battery's looking a little dead. Oh no, they are gonna make a crossover with this in Cars, aren't they?
Oh, probably. Well, because, like, when they're doing, like, the little infographic at the very beginning, it was telling all the stuff that was references to other Pixar movies, and it had just really minute things like the bumper stickers on some of the cars in San Francisco, or the bumper stickers from the movie Cars.
I never would have noticed any of
Nope.
that. In fact, I didn't even know it. I'd forgotten about all that by the time stuff like that was coming up in the movie. Like, apparently there's a reference to Up in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's apparently the pictures in the background of one scene were like pictures from the horrifyingly sad first 5 minutes of Up.
Yeah.
And then apparently there was a parking meter that if you could read the little sign on it, it said coins or dollar coins or barter during Burning Man, which I thought was funny.
I didn't notice when it happened in the movie. Like, I didn't, any of the references they told us about at the beginning, like, I didn't notice as we were watching it, but I'd kind of forgotten a little bit. Is there anything we forgot?
I don't think so.
Any final thoughts?
It's super funny. Go see it.
Oh yeah, highly
Bring Kleenex.
recommendable.
Like even if you're not the kind of person who normally cries at movies, because I cry at every single goddamn movie I see. But if he was crying, then probably you want to bring some Kleenex.
I cry at movies. I cry like a baby every time I watch On Her Majesty's Secret Service. I do. Man, that ending's sad. And I cry at Short Circuit 2.
I cry at the end of Tangled every time. Like right before Eugene comes back.
I was really sad when Tequila got shot on Tequila and Benetti, but he lived. But it was a little scary there for a second before he came back and said, "Ain't no one gonna shoot me." Oh, thank God, it's okay.
I forget. Speaking of Tangled, apparently they're releasing like a Blu-ray of a bunch of different Disney shorts, and I didn't realize they'd made a Disney short of Eugene and Rapunzel's wedding.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna look it up online because if you've already seen it, then probably it's on YouTube or something.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Because you said that they played it on a short before one of the
Well,
kids'
some of
movies
them
you
did,
saw.
but I don't know if that one was. I mean, I don't think I saw that one, but I remember seeing it like previewed at one of the kids' movies we went to. But there were some of them in there. I'd seen Paper Man.
Yeah, I've seen the paper one, and I've seen Feast, which is the one with the dog.
I think I've seen Feast because I remember that dog part. And I'd seen the Mickey Mouse one. The one where it's Steamboat Willie and they jump into like a 3D. It's actually really cool.
Because I haven't seen that one. I'm interested in seeing the Rapunzel one, and I'm interested in seeing the Frozen one.
And T.J. Miller's on the DVD too, apparently.
He is. He's in the commentary. It's like a group full of like animators, people who know what the fuck they're talking about, and then T.J. Miller for some reason.
I know exactly why he's there, because I'm
make me
definitely gonna
watch
buy
it.
that shit now. Fuck yeah. He was the best part of last year's Oscars. Or this year's Oscars.
It's the best part of everything he's in. I still need to watch the first 45 minutes of the Transformers movie he's in.
Oh no, keep watching it after that.
Nope.
No, you totally should. It's so worth it. You get to see just Optimus Prime just blow a hole in a man's chest. You get to see Kelsey Grammer just be evil as hell, like he's from a completely different movie. Like, holy shit. But yeah, the first 45 minutes are easily the best part, because at least T.J. Miller's in there.
Oh, I need to rewatch Cloverfield.
Oh yeah, because he was
He's the cameraman.
HUD, something like that.
Oh,
Some
when I
silly
watched
name
it,
like that.
I didn't know him from Adam, and now that I enjoy him as a comedian and actor, I think I need to go back and rewatch it.
Cloverfield still holds up. I like Cloverfield. What's coming up in a couple of days. Well, it depends on when you're watching this video. If you're watching it on Patreon in a couple of days,
You gonna watch Dope?
Dope, yeah. If you're watching this on Friday when I post it, I think next week is Ted 2 and Max, the dog movie.
Oh.
You want one of those?
I'm out of town until Wednesday.
They come out Thursday night.
Okay.
I don't think they're midweek releases.
Which one's Max again? Is that the
Oh,
one?
that's PTSD Dog.
Oh, I want neither of them.
I knew you were.
probably be
I
a
knew you
one
were
of
gonna say
them.
no. I knew you were gonna say no to the dog movie. I'll probably be at Ted 2 because, well, I saw the first one, and I don't know if I want to see PTSD Dog movie. I'm sure it's a fine movie, but man, that looked stressful. See ya.
Bye.